Hello everybody, this is Harry and I'm back with a new video today. I am making a video about several different brochures, maps from Hershey Park. So let me just show you this right here. You can see that this is from 1976, 1986, 1996, and 2016. And I only am missing 2006 because I don't have one anymore for some reason, but I'm looking for one. So if anybody has a 2006 map, that would be great if you can give one to me. So that way I can help continue completing the entire collection of all Hershey Park maps. But because Hershey Park did not make a map in 1976, I included a rack brochure, which between 1972 and 1974, they included maps in the rack brochure. So I just wanted to show you guys a few things about them all. So I'm going to start doing that now as it is the 2016 summer season now. So let me show you all that good stuff now. Okay, well let's begin with the 1976 brochure, which shows patriotism of the bicentennial event in 1976 as America became 200 years old on independence. So you can see it says Hershey Park, USA, and has a very happy experience and the pinwheel logo, and then a nice photo of the American flag on top of the kissing tower from 1975. So I'm just going to try to open this up. This one hasn't been opened in a while, so it's a little folded, creased quite a bit, but you can see here that there's just a description of how the park's like. I'll zoom in here. If you want to take a closer look at some of the pictures, I can always upload them onto the website. And so mention that in the comments if you want a closer look at these. You can also pause the video if you'd so like. You can see a picture here of the animal garden and a nice picture of the monorail in Tower Plaza, as well as a few other pictures including that of the Trailblazer. It then opens up into a 4-panel section here, which I pulled back from. You can see it gives a nice description of the park, the different areas including Tudor Square and Rhineland, Carousel Circle, Der Dietschplatz, the Animal Garden, Tower Plaza, and then just some guest information here as well as a map. You can see quite a few of the pictures here. Again, if you want to take a longer look at these, go ahead and pause them. Again, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see better resolutions of these. I'll gladly post pictures of these if you'd like me to on my website, which is in the park, as you already know. So let me just open this up here. Let's see. When you open up the full panel, you see both sides of it. It's quite large. It's almost quite the size of the Hershey Park maps from the 1990s into the 2000s. As you can see, it continues just giving you information about the park, different theaters that are in the park, and whatnot. The pictures are larger than in past brochures as well. A nice picture of the amphitheater right there. Fairy Tales characters. A nice picture of the Twin Toboggans, which has appeared more frequently online than in the past. Picture of Himalaya. And a picture of the Craft Barn. Again, I can always upload better images of these onto my website if you'd so like. But I thought that this was an interesting thing to show off since it didn't actually have a map in here, which is disappointing. But as you can see, that pretty much covers everything except for the back panel, which is right here. The back panel has some information about everything else in Hershey, such as the Rose Garden, the hotel, the lodge, and Chocolate World. And then there's just a description that Hershey's hosting the National Governors Conference for 1976, and that the original Pennsylvania Dutch Days event will be from July 20th to 25 in 1976. This would be several years away before the end of the event. The final year was 1979. So that's the 1976 Hershey Park brochure that was available. Now let me show you the park map and brochure from 1986. Okay, this is the Hershey Park 86 map and guide. All the fun's inside. You can see that they had a nice little drawing there, just some of the different things that happened in the park, with a nice look at the Super Duper Looper and the Giant Wheel and the Coal Cracker. Of course, the Looper and Coal Cracker are still in the park today. So let me just show you the back. This was sponsored by Encyclopedia Britannica. You can see everything that you could get here. Britannica actually sponsored these in such that they actually produced the maps for Hershey Park. So this was actually a true sponsorship rather than just an advertisement. So let me just open this up here. You can see you open into the first panel and there's a lot of guest information. A lot of this information here doesn't change after all the years. It stays pretty much the same. I mean, some things change as technology gets improved and things. So, and then there's a list of events at the amphitheater. And if you open up this panel, you can see a bit about the sponsors of Hershey Park as well as the Christmas Candy Lane event. So, of course, back then Coke was the main provider of soft drinks in the park. That changed around in the mid-2000s. So there's the amphitheater panel again, and you can see about all the other shows they had, as well as another themed area called Captain Kidd's Cove, which was in the park through the 1990 season. It was replaced by Trailblazer Catering in 1991. You can see the operating schedule right there, as well as information about Zoo America, the Fest House, and the Aqua Theater. Then on this panel right here, you have information about guest facilities, as well as how guests should be safe and how they should conduct themselves while they're at the park. And then there's the operating schedule for the 1986 season. When you open up that panel, that reveals this panel right here about a few places where you can eat, such as Tudor Rose, Palbo Cafe, the Fest House, and other places. And then right here, this panel is the Hershey Park map. This is a very kind of abstract sort of thing. I'm not entirely sure why they chose this design compared to other years prior and post. 1985 it pretty much looked the same, but in 84, 87 they had a more similar style to each other. But it's interesting to see nevertheless, and it still does a decent job in my opinion. After looking at this for a while, I think it does a decent enough job, but it's kind of strange. Like Comet just looks kind of strange. So that pretty much covers everything in this brochure. Let me just see if I missed anything. I don't think I have. Let me just see. There you go. So yeah, this is probably the way it was supposed to be folded. I believe when I got this copy from somebody, it was folded the way that I had it before, but I think this is the way it was supposed to be folded. So, alright, well this is the 1986 brochure park map. Let me show you the 1996 version now. Okay, this is the 1996 map welcome guide map for Hershey Park. You can see they have a picture of the kiss on there. And they also denote it's the 90th season for Hershey Park. The 1997 map actually calls it the 90th anniversary. So they celebrate the 90th season, 90th anniversary in these two seasons. So that's the front there. You can see the back has the operating hours for 1996. And then a little message from J. Bruce McKinney, who was chairman of the board and chief executive officer of Hershey Entertainment Resorts at the time, and then a comeback guarantee and a disclaimer. So let me open this up here. You can see it turn right into safety and security guidelines. Some of these are pretty much the same as they were in 1986. And then there's a message from Franklin Shear, who was general manager of Hershey Park and vice president of the Hershey Park Group at the time. Again, if you want to look at these in better detail, I can always post pictures. The map is available online on the maps database section of the library that I have on the website. So I open this up a little more, and you can see information about food services and other guest services. So then the panel opens up a little bit further with other information and information about Zoo America. You can see that there was information about souvenir maps that were suitable for framing. Those souvenir maps were the same as the ones sold in 1995, except they added a sticker about the wildcat. Apparently those same maps were resold in 1997, as they probably didn't sell that well, which is why they probably did not bring those maps back since. Let me just flip this over before I open it up the whole way so you can see the other panels here that are on the back side, which is information about the different seasonal events at Hershey Park, including Christmas Candy Lane, Creatures of the Night, and the Balloon Fest. And then there's a spot about the sponsors. So then let me open this up here. And let me pull back, and now you can see the full map of Hershey Park with the Hershey Park Happy tagline thrown on there. You can see all of the different rides in the different areas of the park. Of course, the introduction of Midway America in 1996. This map, as I said, is available on the maps database. You can see the candy brand key with bar none instead of cookies and cream, and which now is currently Jolly Rancher. And you can see those correspond to all of the rides, what different heights you have to be. The map itself is, to me, I've always thought this map resembles the state of New York just a little bit. I think obviously just a coincidence, but I thought this was really nice style. And oddly enough, the style wasn't used in 1995. They used a different style, but this style was used between 1991 and 1994, and then 96 to 98. And so you can, I really do enjoy this hand-drawn style quite a bit. I think it really speaks to the way the 90s kind of were for me as a new visitor to Hershey Park. This would have been one of the first years I was there, in 95, so 96 was my second year going to Hershey Park. So this really speaks to me when it comes to nostalgia. So that's the 2006 map, the welcome guide and map. And so let me start showing you the 2016 map, since I don't have 2006 yet. 2016 summer map and guide has a picture of the chocolate bar there. I actually like the way this looks quite a bit. It just looks very clean to me. So let me show you the back here. Has information about season passes, the summer season schedule, and a little bit of notification on these shoulder events in spring and fall and slight winter. Now, I haven't actually opened this map before because I got several copies, so this is going to be pretty well creased. As you can see, there's a lot of guest information here. Again, most of this information hasn't really changed over the years. The basics are all the same. Obviously, some locations have changed. First Aid has moved and things. And the Lost Children's Caboose is no longer. But, you know, the gist of everything is still the same. You can see that Hershey Park has an app, so you can look at their map on your phone. And then just some other information there about pictures and things, as well as the Fast Track Pass. So let me just open up the next panel, and you can see more information about the park, safety and whatnot, as well as who their other sponsors are. And then a bit of information about what the core purpose of Hershey Entertainment Resorts is, which is about providing value to the Milton Hershey School. So then let me open up this panel, and you can see it kind of opens up the map a little bit. But there's still more information here about shows in the park, different entertainment, meeting characters, what's going on at the zoo, as well as what's going on in the Music Box Theater. And then there's a nice little coupon to Turkey Hill. So then I open up the map here, and you can see Hershey Park here in 2016. I'll show you the map first. I'll be getting this map up on the Maps database shortly. I'm not quite up to present day yet, but I'll be getting all that stuff on. You can see they include Zoo America on the map now. They didn't do that in 1986. There's the boardwalk. That's the first time we get to see that, since it wouldn't have even been there in 2006. And then there's Laugh Track, the newest roller coaster at Hershey Park, which opened in 2015. You can see all of the list of rides right here. And you can see all of the boardwalk. And then you can see attraction key and services, as well as the attraction intensity, and then some food and beverage locations throughout the themed areas in the park. And if you go to the park and you want to share any pictures on social media, that's the little hashtag that you can use there. So let me just make sure that's everything here. I'm pretty sure it is. So yeah, there you go. That's the 2016 map and guide for Hershey Park. So if I can close this up, we've now seen 2016, 1996, 1986, and 1976. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you like this video, please do hit the like button. It helps me out tremendously. And if you love this so much and you want to see more, hit subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.